People who complain about money usually don't work enough, save, or invest. So we know that humans are lazy, right? Humans want to take the easiest path in life, right? To get a result, right? And usually, what are our two primary results? We want to make money so we can do what? So we can eat and reproduce, right? A lot of why we do what we do comes down to eating, which continues our survival, and reproducing, i.e. mating, right? So if a human being can find a way to get food easier or get women easier, they will. But it's weird because I think God designed life for us to try to override our inherent predisposition as human beings to be lazy, right? So everyone's lazy, right? I'm lazy. I take shortcuts, right? I'm always looking for an easier path. But the fact of the matter is that I still know that just because I have an inherent want or predisposition to be lazy doesn't mean that I'm gonna do nothing, right? And I think, we have a problem in America, I'm sure globally, but where people just want something for nothing, right? And this sort of mindset is why you have freeloaders, why you have people living off the government, right? And that's not to say that these are bad people. They just really have this weird idea that they're gonna get something for nothing, right? So in the case of people complaining about rent, complaining about grocery prices, complaining about student loans, car loans, complaining about, just not making enough or not able to save enough, right? What does it really come down to? It doesn't come down to the government. It doesn't come down to the president. It doesn't come down to just the price of things. Yes, the price of things do increase over time. Inflation is real. I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't suck, right? Because it does. But you have to learn how to adapt, right? Darwin says the species that learns how to adapt is the one that survives. So as human beings, right, usually our money problems come down to us simply not working enough, not saving, and not investing, right? If you don't work enough, well, that means you're not going to have anything to produce, to multiply, right? Or to keep, right? So building wealth, right, achieving financial freedom comes down to three things: your work, your production, saving, what you keep, and investing, what you multiply. So if you're not able to sort of fit that equation, right, and work that equation out as you progress year to year in life, then retirement or passive income or financial freedom or doing what you want to do or doing what you love, that doesn't become a reality, right? So a lot of people are stuck, honestly, they just don't fucking work enough, right? And maybe they are working enough, but maybe they've made some life decisions that now inhibit their ability to build wealth. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, hey, having kids you can't afford, getting married to the wrong person, being a criminal, having a crime record, criminal record. So working enough, if you work a lot, okay, that's great. But some people actually work a lot just to survive because of their poor life decisions. So if you've had poor life decisions, this doesn't really apply to you. But if you have a clean record, if you didn't have kids you can't afford, right? If you didn't screw up in life, like Aaron Clarey always talks about, then you have a chance, right? Working enough and then saving, right? Keeping what you work for. This is where a lot of people also get stuck too, right? Like they just simply can't stick to the necessities of life. Again, I tell you guys all the time, people say it's better to track. Okay, I get it, but I spend money on like 1 to 2 things: food and gas. That's it. Outside of my rent and all of my utilities and stuff, or my mortgage and utilities and all that stuff, that's all I spend money on. Obviously, I got repairs and stuff, of course. But for the most part, it's food and powering my transportation. That's it. That is it. I don't buy anything that I don't need, right? I don't spend money on alcohol. I don't spend money on cigarettes. I don't buy lotto, right? I don't buy flashy shit that makes me feel like I'm something that I'm not, right? And this way of life, I know, is what is going to move me towards a better financial future. So this is the part a lot of people get stuck on too, because we also have a disposition, and a lot of us have that genetic programming to want to consume, right? Like humans want to consume shit. We want to eat. We want to look good for the opposite sex. So marketers, right, and corporations know this. That's why you get so many, you get constant ads on TV telling you to buy this food, buy this car, buy this clothes, buy this, because they know that humans, right, are stupid in a way and want the next best thing so they can look better to their friends, look better to potential mates, right? But if you realize that that's all a scam and that's all just to make money off you, right, then you can override that, start becoming a minimalist, start budgeting. Doesn't mean you have to go crazy, right? But you only buy things that you actually need, right? So that's keeping your money. That's very important. And then keeping your money now leads me to if you can keep your money, then you can invest your money. If you guys still struggle with saving or buying shit you can't need, you can't invest, because if you don't have money to invest that you've kept, investing doesn't become, you can't multiply something you don't have. You know what I mean? So investing, right? I'm not going to talk about the different ways. I'm just going to talk about it as a concept. Investing is something I honestly think most people can't even do, right? I talk a lot about people living paycheck to paycheck, right? Most people's lives are so effed up, either from poor life decisions, from bad habits, that they can't even spend $100 a month on an index fund, right? Like buying like the S&P 500 or buying Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, right? We're not even talking about bigger investing like ways, like in real estate and stuff like that. We're talking about basic Dave Ramsey baby steps, sort of like way of going about investing, like the way of going about investing. Like most people can't even do that, right? So and again, these are things that are very basic, like a 401k. If you're going to plan on working for 10 or 20 years, right, or even 10 years, I suggest you start a 401k, because even if you decide, let's say you're 20 right now and you open up a 401k, at 30, let's say you change your mind, you're like, damn, I don't like working in corporate America, or I don't like working under someone else. I want to start my own business. Well, hey, now you can cash out that money, right, and invest it into a business, or invest it into a truck or something that's going to help you start your own thing, right? So it's sort of like a savings account that you can just hold, right, that you're not going to touch, right? And then obviously, every week, every month, you're spending a little bit of money on growing your stock portfolio, your index fund portfolio, right? And that's how you do shit over time. But the main thing here is that most people don't want to hear, the main thing most people don't want to hear, and this is kind of like the cream of the crop of this video, is that number one, this is a way of life, and number two, it takes decades. This is a way of life. Working a lot, keeping what you have, investing the difference of whatever you are able to keep, that is a way of life. That is something that I will do till I'm dead, right? And I'm okay with that, because once you realize that there's more to life than trying to look good and trying to make yourself feel good through external things, right? And I'm not here to say that external things like vacations and, or just enjoying like a cheat meal or enjoying like a drink isn't like okay. Like, of course, right? Like I drink alcohol once in a while, right? But once you get past the point of these things need to be a regular thing in your life, and you can start to find value in other things, then you're going to be able to do this and endure for decades of labor, saving your money, and then investing it. And then as a result of you doing that over the years, one day, 5 to 10, 15, 20 years from now, you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I got $1 million, right? And you're like, wow, it only took 10 years. It only took 15, 20 years, right? But you know what? That long-term thinking and that discipline and that being able to realize like, hey, like buying shit to impress people you don't know is not everything. That is what's going to give you the ability and power to be able to maintain this and achieve the financial freedom that you want. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.